long did you say you worked as a social worker?
About 5 years.
Okay, so would you identify that as your occupation?
Yes, geriatric social worker.
Okay, and where did you work?
I work in it's called now, it used to be called Riverview Center for Jewish Senior, now Charles Morris.
Wow. Riverview Center for?
Jewish Seniors, but now it's called Charles Morris. I forget the exact name, you have to check it out exactly how they call it.
Okay. You answered that question. You do not have any children, correct?
I'm single, but I do adopt kind of, some of my adoptions are kind of an international, intercultural, interreligious. I have close relations with someone who is a Muslim, someone who is Catholic, someone who is German. So we're in very close friendship. Some of them were volunteers here at the Holocaust Center. Some I met through some other means, also the Holocaust Center.
And you kind of already said I always ask what your favorite thing to do now is, but you answered that. Would that be speaking for you?
It's not so much favorite. It's not a favorite thing because I'm not. It's not a topic that I enjoy. It's not having fun. It's a mission for me. As long as I am able to speak to young people. I also what I do in those schools, because in one of the schools when I spoke, since I told them I didn't have any toys, nothing to play with. Normal child has a teddy bear to hug or some kind of other things because there was no mother to hold you and to hug you and everything else. So after I was done, they gave me a gift of a teddy bear. And not a teddy bear, the teacher brings me this bag and in it are 18 teddy bears. And 18 is a very significant number because in Hebrew letters are numbers. So if you translate 18 into Hebrew letter, Chai means life. And it's a very important part of the story here. I brought one of those teddy bears to the senior adult lunch at the JCC. There was the survivor who was also on the Schindler's List. Wanted me to give her this teddy bear. So what I'm going to say, it's a gift. I gave this teddy bear to her. And I shared the experience with a very good friend of mine who worked at the abused women's shelter. And she gave me the idea of collecting teddy bears, of making a difference, giving teddy bears to children who don't have any toys or anything to hug. And that's how the teddy bear started over the years, and by now thousands and thousands have gone to various places. And it's a wonderful project. Kids feel very, very good doing it. So it's like a hug a teddy bear and teaching about that love conquers all, that in spite of it, you rise above that and share being positive about life itself. Life is worth living.
And last question. Would you say that your experiences during the war held you back or motivated you as a person?
Well, it's motivated me to speak against the hate, against ignorance, against prejudice, and teach it what was such a horrific end result of the Holocaust. Because Jews were murdered because they were Jews. There were millions and millions of victims, and this is a very important part because some people have a tendency to compare Holocaust with other horrific events, as horrific as they were. But the most important part and emphasis needs to be made that Jews were simply, 11 million Jews were sentenced to death. But out of this 11 million, 6 million perished and the rest survived. It's a very important part for me to emphasize.
Those are all my questions.
So what do you think?
That was good. Thank you.
That's it?
We need to have you speak to